And hello again, everybody. It's another edition of Conversations with Curtis. I, of course, am Curtis Davenport, and so excited here at JazzArts Charlotte as we are getting ready to, well, we're beginning the official celebration of 15 years and the beginning of our 21st season. As we have told you for the last few weeks, we're going to be bringing back some of our favorite people during season 21. And so I think it's perfect that we are starting it out, and I'm very very biased here, but bringing back and featuring one of my favorite people and one of our favorite guests from years past that we're so glad to have her back with us again, the wonderful Sasha Masakowski. So Sasha, good to see you again, my friend. How are you?
I'm great. It's so good to see you too, Curtis. I'm so happy to be coming back to Charlotte. It's been too long.
Yes, it has been way too long. We haven't had you here, I know, since the pandemic. I do remember that you were gracious enough when we had a holiday special once. You were somewhere in Europe, but you were gracious enough to record for us. And we just love you and your artistry. And we're so excited to have you here for a reimagining of Jobim. Now, some people may not know about your familiarity and your love for the music of Brazil and Jobim. Tell us a little bit about how that music came into your life.
Sure. Well, for me, it came from my parents. From the time I was in diapers, my mom and dad both loved the music of Jobim and Astor Gilberto and Sergio Mendes and all the Brazilian greats. So I was really raised on that music. And some of my earliest memories are listening to the Jobim album called Passarim on
Yes.
repeat over and over and over as like a 3 or 4 year old kid. And I would just jump up and down on the bed and like sing along. Obviously in, some 4 year old version of Portuguese. I didn't speak Portuguese clearly, so gibberish. Um but yeah, I just was so drawn to that music. And over the years, that I think Jobim as a composer has really influenced every element of my artistry, from the way that I hear music and I write music, the way that I sing music, my relationship with harmony and melody. So much of it really comes from being raised on this music. So it's such a treat and such a pleasure to be able to indulge in performing this music and with a bunch of musicians from Brazil who really understand it and know it. It just it enhances everything about it.
That's outstanding. So now I see you are in the car now, so I understand you're on your way toward us. I believe you're stopping in Asheville for a benefit concert tonight. Is that correct?
Well, unfortunately, our concert in Asheville was canceled. So
Oh,
instead, we're driving past Charlotte to Greensboro, North Carolina, right now, where we're doing a benefit concert for all
oh,
the hurricane
for,
victims.
yes. Oh, for the hurricane victims. I got my signals crossed. I meant you were
Yeah.
going to Greensboro for Asheville, but that was on me. I got my signals crossed there. But we're so glad and that you're doing this, and I'm sure everyone there will appreciate it. And if you are in that area tonight, if you are in the Greensboro area, do get to see Sasha tonight and come see her tomorrow at the Jazz Room because it's going to be some wonderful music and also, of course, as we're well aware at this point, for a great cause. So now you said that you have some musicians with you who are familiar with the music. Tell us about who you're bringing with you to Charlotte.
Sure. Well, two of the guys are with me right now. This is
Very
Fernando,
cool.
my drummer behind the wheel. This is Bruno back here. Both of these guys are from Brazil. Bruno plays guitar, Fernando plays drums. We have another van behind us, or actually they're in front of us by now, with Oscar Rossignoli and
Ah,
Julian Lee, who you guys might have seen play with Hurlin
yes,
Riley maybe a month ago,
yes.
as well as Nick Benoit, who's a great bass player. So we all call New Orleans home. All of us live in New Orleans, even though we're from all over the world. And yeah, it's a great group of musicians. And I just heard that maybe there might be some samba dancers. So maybe that's a surprise. I don't know, but it's
Oh,
going to be
okay.
a really, really fun show. We're so excited.
Well, it does sound like fun. I mean, with the samba dancers, yes, I remember first time I met you, you came and you did a wonderful tribute, and we had those dancers, and it just made for such a wonderful, wonderful evening. So tell us a little bit about Sasha. In addition, well, I'll just ask before we even get on to that. Let's talk about what can people expect to hear. I know the music, of course, of Jobim, but are there any favorites that you expect to perform that people can come and look forward to hearing? Can you give us a little sneak peek at
Sure, of
the
course.
set list?
Okay, we have a really cool version of one of my favorite Jobim songs called Agua de Beber.
Oh
Water,
yeah.
yeah, and Water to Drink is the English title, but it was arranged by my dad, Steve Mazakowski.
Yes.
You guys know, is a great, and we do kind of this like really funky version of it. It's really fun. Fernando takes a killer drum solo at the end. It's like a very different version. You've never heard this song played that way. It's really great. We're also doing a song called Oboto, which is one of my favorite Jobim songs, and it's like a more unknown one of his compositions. It's a deep cut, as they would say. And it's like one of his more orchestral compositions. So it's like through composed and it's really, really beautiful. Julian Leeds plays flute on that one, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And then, of course, all the classics that I won't even name, but you know them already. And they'll do very sweetly in the set.
Well, that's just wonderful. And we once again are so excited about it. Now, just to let people know, of course, about other projects you have going on and other things, you certainly have not been sitting still. And this brilliant lady is more than just Jobim and the music of Brazil. What else do you have going on? I know you've had some things. You had your project with Trash Magnolia, and also very interesting a single that put out earlier this year, Honey, that I got to hear. Very atmospheric and there's wonderful things there. So can you tell us a little bit about other things you have coming up?
Sure. Yeah, I have this other project called Trash Magnolia, which is basically just my original music, which I play in a solo setting, and I play synthesizer and I make beats on a drum machine and I loop my voice, so I really treat the voice as an instrument. And yeah, so I have some cool recordings coming up. Also, next month, I'm doing a 3-week tour in Morocco with my dad and my brother. Dad on bass, dad on guitar, my brother on bass. And that'll be really fun and exciting. And so if you have people in Morocco, we're touring all throughout the country. It's going to be really great. And we have a beautiful album that we just recorded with Brian Blade on drums. So that should be coming out early next year. We're really excited about that.
Okay. Now, along the idea of a couple of last things, along the idea of Brazilian music and what you're doing there. I know, of course, we've heard on Musical Playground and on a number of other projects, you've always dropped in a little bit of teaser, just enough with the Brazilian music to keep us interested. Yeah. But is there any chance that we will ever, at some point, hear a Sasha Masakowski Brazilian recording?
I think just maybe, because this band sounds so good that we've already been talking about after this tour, we should go in the studio because the band feels really tight. We're getting tighter and tighter as the tour progresses. Like the music is really, everything just sounds so lovely that we had the thought that maybe we should go in the studio when we get back to New Orleans and make an album. So I think so. We'll see how Charlotte goes. We'll see how the audience likes it.
Well, I know they're going to love it. I have no doubt, Sasha. I have no doubt about that. So you've heard that, folks. Now it's going to be up to you, Charlotte. Okay. And if you're hearing me at least before Saturday's show, you've heard it here. If you get out there to the Jazz Room for 2 sets tomorrow night, October 18th. That's at 6 and 8:15, and also 2 sets on Saturday the 19th at 7 and 9:15. You are holding our future possibility of hearing a Sasha Masakowski Brazilian album in your hands. So you've got to get out there. You've got to love it. And if you do, you can help us make it happen, because that's something we all deserve, and we all want and we all deserve to hear. So Sasha, we're going to let you go because I know you've got to ease on down the road, as they say, not too cliched from the list. But anything else that you would want the audience to know or that they should keep in mind before coming out to see you tomorrow or Saturday?
Oh, just let me hope that everyone leaves feeling super inspired and happy. And this music is really music for the people. It's dance music. It's
It
like
is.
love songs. It's storytelling. As you feel, some songs you feel like you're deep in the jungle and the rainforest, and other songs you feel like you're on the beach in Rio. So yeah, we hope you guys enjoy.
Well, we hope you do too. And so just remember that. Join us in the jazz room on Friday and Saturday, 2 sets each night. We are celebrating 15 years and our 21st season with the wonderful Sasha Masakowski. So glad to have her back with us again. And Sasha, we're looking always good to speak to you. Looking forward to seeing you in person over the weekend. And thank you very much for spending a few minutes with us today.
Thank you so much, Curtis. So great to see you, and I'm so excited for the weekend.
Same here, my friend. All right, with that said, folks, just remember that for tickets, you can go to Blumenthal box office or you can go for further information to our website, thejazzarts.org. But don't forget, help us celebrate 15 years of Jazz Art Charlotte by joining us for Sasha Masakowski. So, Sasha, we thank you. And everyone, we thank you for listening. And we will see you this weekend. Stay jazzed. God bless you. And we'll see you next time. So long.